morning, everyone. Um, Today, there will be line dancing in the clubhouse at 12. Then Bunko tonight in the main hall. Doors open at 6 and the play starts at 6:30. There is a $5 fee to play. Everyone is invited. On Wednesday, there is no Fletcher Music and Wellness class this week. And just again, a reminder that the pool will be closed on Wednesday afternoon at 4, reopening on Thursday morning. On Thursday, there will be sign language in the mirror room at 10 a.m. And there's really not a whole lot going on this week or the remainder of the week. Next Monday, I will not be here. All of the offices will be closed for 4th of July. And I'm going to go ahead and take next Monday off as well. So I'd like to just announce that next Wednesday, we're going to be having a pool party from 2 to 4. And just to give everybody a heads up about that. And another reminder, there will be no potluck in July and August. The next potluck will be September 13th. The sign-up sheets for September are ready for you to sign up. And if you have any questions, you can contact Anna Mae Schaaf. With that is all I have for you all this morning.
Everybody.
Thank you and have a great week.
Jerry doing with Trips and Travel. Got a couple of things to go over with you. Reminder, New York City. If you are going on that trip, your balances are due. You have, after today, you have 2 more Mondays before they open up the waiting list. Monies need to be in so that we can pay the vendor. Our monies are due about 60 days prior to the trip to guarantee the trip. Okay, Murder Mystery Dinner Train, November, still open. As you know, St. Augustine's has sold out, but there is a waiting list. Serenade of the Seas, there are still 4 bus seats left for anybody who's interested. St. Augustine's, we have 1 single room left. And I believe the total cost for a single is $270. I'm close. I'm either $10 either way. Still no information on a Christmas shopping trip, but it will be the end of November. Let's see here. Strawberry Festival coming in March. St. John's River is sold out, is a waiting list right now. Panama Canal. That cruise is January of 2018. So it is a really good deal. Right now, I think the deposit is 20% of the total, depending on the cabin that you select. There is a $60 per cabin shipboard credit on that particular cruise. Plus, there is if you are a previous Princess customer, there is a $50 off. So if you're sailing, you can get $50 off on that. Okay, I want to go over the Oasis of the Seas. Now, this is not until April of 2018. However, right now, the deposit is $250 for this particular trip, and it is fully refundable until January 10th of 2018. So if you're not getting big interest rates, if your interest rates are like mine, 0.01, it wouldn't hurt to take a look at this. This particular ship is the Western Caribbean. It's 7 nights. Ports of call, Labadee, Haiti, Falmouth, Jamaica, and, of course, Cozumel. All right? It sails out of Orlando, Port Canaveral. Prices start at $7.99, and they have a Central Park balcony. If you haven't seen what that is, take a look online. It's very interesting. The ship is open at the top, and you actually are outside. You just don't have an ocean view. You get a balcony view of what's below the greenery and whatnot. Very interesting. On that particular one, if you book the Central Park balcony, they give you a lunch for 2 in Giovanni's table and a bottle of wine per cabin, in addition to the other extras. $949 for that particular cabin, I should say. If you are interested in or you have it on your bucket list, New Zealand, Australia, any of the that particular. There is a cruise going in May of 2017. If you're at all interested, you need to talk to Tracy. He is back there this morning, okay? He also has something on the Mediterranean, if you in the Canary Islands, Greek islands, if you are at all interested. So, if you have any questions, if I didn't explain anything, which I didn't, please
Morning,
come on
Aunt Joelle.
back and talk to us. We're all there today. Thank
I am Shirley Cabot, and I have 3 things to tell you today. How many things do I have? Thank you. The first thing, the TWR Times Summer Contest, the first leg of it is going to be closing a week from yesterday. So now if you have not heard about this contest, go to the TWR Times and read everything in there. Somewhere in the Times, there's a little icon of an ice cream sundae. You find the ice cream sundae icon, you email the address that says, actually it comes to me, so that's all right. I don't mind saying that. And tell me exactly where you found the icon, and your name will go in the hat with the other couple of winners who've already found it. A week from today, that's July 4th, isn't it? Holy cow. We will be up here on stage drawing one of those names out of the hat for a $20 gift card to some place that I haven't bought yet. But it'll be a fine place. It'll be a fine place. So please, go find that icon and tell me where it is. Okay, that's number 1 thing. Number 2 thing, the 4th of July potluck. Now, Billy just said there's not going to be any potlucks in July. She meant the potluck committee. Now, the diversions committee is doing a potluck on the 4th of July at 5:30 in this room. There is a sign-up sheet on the credenza. There's plenty of room for more people. We ask you to, bring your dish and stuff. We will be supplying plates and cups and silverware. If you could bring your serving utensil for whatever you're bringing, that would be helpful, in case we can't get past the locks in the kitchen. You know, they have all those plastic ladles locked up, right? So sign up, bring something, and if you can bring your serving utensil, that would be fine. There will be a 50-50 that night, so bring a couple of bucks too. And finally, number 3. What number is this? Thank you. This Friday is the first Friday food drive again. If you have any non-perishable groceries that you can donate to the food bank, have them out at the end of your driveway by 8:30, and our Cracker Jack team of volunteers will come pick them up and take them out to the food pantry. So that's 3 things, right? The Times contest, the potluck, and the food drive. 3. Let's hear it.
Now, if
3.
anybody just missed
Okay.
that,
Thanks.
it's 3 things. There will be a test. Good morning, Tanglewood friends. I'm Gary Walker with the Outdoor Decorating Committee. Just wanted to give you a very short update as to where we are on our activity banners. I am currently working on 22 banners right now for activities and patriotic banners as well. The order will be going in at the end of this week. There are several activity clubs out there that I am waiting on information to come back to me so we can finalize those banners, and hopefully we'll have that in the next couple of days. And those clubs will also be included in this order. The order will be placed at the end of this week, and we will get the banners in the next 2 to 3 weeks. They will be printed and shipped to us, and then they will be going up mid to late July. And they will stay up for a period of time, probably at least a couple of months before we replace them with the next group of banners that will be going up. So just wanted to let you all know what's going on with that. I think we're up to 26 or 27 different organizations have purchased or have ordered banners to advertise, if you will, or share with the community their different activities that they have here. So we're excited about that and really enjoying them. We thank you for your participation and your
Okay.
support. Thank you.
Before we get started on a couple of things that I have, the tech committee is going to be meeting after coffee. So you might want to write that down because I know how hard it is to remember between now and then. So tech committee after coffee. I'd like to thank the people who have signed up to help on the 4th. We have quite a few, and therefore we're going to be able to do quite a few things on the 4th. And I'd like those who volunteered who still are here today to stop and see me over by the bingo board after the coffee. We'll have a short meeting just to get some assignments. Volunteers, by the way, will also be able to play every game that we have. We'll have a couple of people wandering around to spell people so they can get involved. I'm going to repeat the fact that Hometown is not having any part in the 4th of July this year, and as a result, everything is volunteer. Our tentative schedule right now is coffee as usual, the golf cart parade beginning at about 9:30. So bring your cart to coffee, and what we'll do is, what we usually do is form out here on the driveway out in front of the clubhouse. We do have an abbreviated route. I have put a copy of the route over on the credenza, but it also appears in TWR Times according to your community. When I say an abbreviated route, what it means is that we won't be going up and down every street, as we always do at Christmas time, and we have done in the past on the 4th. But because of the heat, we're going to make it abbreviated. But what you'll find is that if it doesn't come up and down your street, you can go to the corner, and it's going to pass you anyway. So if you find that you're not on the direct route, you can just walk down the end of your street, and it'll go by right there. So you might want to check that so that you aren't sitting out in the driveway waiting for something to go by, which isn't going to go by. But anyway, the list is on the credenza. It's also in the TWR Times, and it's a great way to support the folks who have signed up to be in the cart parade. And by the way, you can still sign up to be in the cart parade. Actually, you don't even have to sign up. We will have a prize for the best decorated cart. Now, you don't have to decorate your cart. We have no problem with that. As I said before, stick a flag on, hum a patriotic tune, whatever it takes, but we'd love to have you in the parade. But we do have a little incentive for those people who go out and take the extra mile to decorate their cart. At about 10:30 or so, or when the parade concludes, and we think it'll be a lot sooner than that, we'll be having all our activities here in the clubhouse or directly associated to it. We're going to try to keep the heat at a minimum for people who are involved. We'll have prizes for the best overall scores. We're planning right now to have a cherry pit spit, a little different than usual, but we're going to have one. The toilet seat toss, I dug out the padded toilet seats. They're all ready to go. A little putting, a beanbag toss, a flapjack toss, which we did a few years ago where people use frying pans to flip bean bags. War the card game, another word game, ping pong for accuracy, and perhaps a few others. But we'll be all done by noon, so if you want to take part, you don't have to sign up, you just have to show up. And we'll get you started and have a score sheet, and you can go from activity to activity. If you don't want to keep score, you don't have to do that. If you don't want to do all activities that we have, you don't have to do that. But come on up and support us and do some of the activities that we have set up. At 1:30, we're planning the annual 4th of July water volleyball tournament. As you remember, we have a great prize for that. We have a beach ball that all the guys sign with a marker, and it sits up here on a plastic soup bowl for 2 weeks and is a sign of water ball supremacy. And we've done that for a number of years now, and if we have enough people sign up, and we have a sign up back there that's got a pretty good start on it, we'll be doing that. That's at 1:30. All this will be found on TWR Times too, by the way. The cornhole set will be set up here in the hall all afternoon. So anybody that wants to play, we're not doing a special tournament or anything like that, but anybody who would like to play, it'll be here. So if you have nothing to do in the afternoon, get your neighbor, come on up and play with the cornhole set. For the potluck that Charlie was talking about, the potluck I think was number 2 or 3, I forget. Anyway, the potluck is at 5:30. I think you're going to open the doors about 5 o'clock, Shirley, to bring in the stuff? Okay, sure, she said. Hadn't thought of that, perhaps. So we really want you to participate. We don't want the 4th of July to pass by without something to do, and so we've tried to put some things together that we've done in the past and some new things as well, and we'd like you to help make it a great day. This day in history, 1927, the Marines adopted the Bulldog as its mascot. In 1949, Captain Video debuted on the DuMont network. Doesn't even exist anymore. 1955, the Wide World of Sports had its first broadcast. And in 1966, Route 66 was removed from the U.S. highway system. If you were born on this day, in 1880, Helen Keller was born. In 1913, the pool pro, Willie Mosconi, was born. In 1927, Bob Captain Kangaroo Keyshawn was born. And in 1930, H. Ross Perot. This month is Country Cooking Month, it's National Iced Tea Month, and it's Pharmacists Declare War on Alcoholism Month. I didn't know they did that. I never saw an armed pharmacist. But anyway, this week, Fish Are Friends, Not Food Week, and annual National Mosquito Control Week. We all hope so. This day is Decide to Be Married Day. Please Take My Children to Work Day. And Happy Birthday to You Day. Nancy, you have people at the welcome table.
I really thought I was the Maytag repairman. No one would come to see me at all. But we have sold 47 homes, and the newest member, the newest residents, bought a house, and they're the 47th one, and they're sitting with me. And their last name is New. So I think it's very appropriate. They're the newest, and here are the news.
Good morning. My name's Sam New, and I'm married to my best friend here, Wilma. We just been here a couple of weeks. We bought a place in Wildflower. We come from a little town just a little north of St. Louis called Florissant, Missouri. Together we have 7 children, and I don't know how many grandkids because I can't keep up with them anymore. So, but it's a pleasure to be here, and also want to thank Robert and Jay Atherson for guiding us through the procedures here and putting up with all my phone calls and emails and texts, because I think I run that woman ragged. So I want to give them a thanks, and thank you for accepting us. And also, I'm going to be your local handyman. You break it, I will fix it.
Yes, he does electrical, plumbing, and all kinds of those things that we need. He lives in Wildflower area, 1675 Primrose Lane, and it's Sam and Wilma New, and they're the newest residents. Don't forget, we have our mugs that the coffee committee is selling, and that's all.
Okay, thank you, Nancy. I was just asked to pass along that we have room in the water volleyball tournament for anybody who would like to participate. You don't have to be a member of the organization that plays every day or every couple of days during the week to participate. This is a special event. So if you have never played water volleyball before, it's a great opportunity to do that. It's a lot of fun, and there aren't quite as many people as usual, so you don't have a chance to be drowned. So you might want to join and come in at 1:30. They'd appreciate it, but they'd also appreciate you signing up so they have an idea how many people are involved. I don't know if I said this or not, but those of you who have volunteered to work on the games, I'd like to meet you over here for just a couple of minutes at the bingo area and make sure that you've got something to do. Well, that's about it. Take part in the 4th of July activities. Sign up in the golf cart or the potluck or to volunteer. Make a new friend, wave to folks, and have a great week.